Hello everyone, this is TailsFan109 and welcome back to Let's Play Alone in the Dark. Alright, so last video I took care of everything in the Derceto manor and I'm now in the underground area heading towards the end. And there's a bit more platforming sequences to take care of with camera angles that really are not the best. They're really not. That's a little better. So I'm gonna try and get to that treasure chest over there. There we go, and that bug thing did not get to attack me. Good. Oh, there's a deep one. Let's get up before he starts stun locking me again. That was really annoying last time. You know, I'm gonna save because this camera angle's so screwy, I'm worried I won't even make it. There we go. Oh, no, I can just search this. It's locked. Thankfully, I've got a key. A gem! A book! I gotta read the book.
Memoirs of a Lost Soul.
The mask must fall. You who discover this manuscript understand this. I am here at your side. I am waiting in the darkness of my crypt. Soon you will belong to me. One of my slaves wrote this document. I have lived for 3 centuries, and my name is Ezekiel Prext, or Elijah Pickford. You may choose which to call me.
So yeah, the book we read about the plantation guy, when Derceto was a plantation, looks like his spirit kind of lingered.
I do not hide out of fear. My power is immense. I have sailed the 7 seas. My ship, the Astarte, spread terror through all the continents. The corsairs judged me like the Welsh judges of 1620, but they could not destroy me, and neither could the pirates. Now, I am immobilized. Damned Yankees! Witchcraft, voodoo, and the Cthulhu cult. I know them all. I have reigned and implored the stones. Only the Catonian haunts the cavern and resists me, but he dare not attack. I have need of a living body to regenerate myself. The Heartwoods managed to escape from me, but you who are reading these words, you will yield to my embrace. I hear your ragged breath and smell the stench of your fear. I have vanquished death. I built Derceto. I know what it is to wait. Cthulhu helps me. My servants will lay you upon the sacrificial stone. My roar will rend the night. You will be mine, and I shall reign once more. Come to me.
Overacting at its finest. Wowee. Okay, so now we got this giant stone here. If we search it, it might give a clue what to do. No, I think we just push it, actually. Let's try pushing it. Yep. boy, it does not want to move. Oh, that's because I wasn't pushing it very nicely. Alright, I'm gonna save before we go in here. And see what lies ahead. We can't go this way yet. Yeah. We don't go that way. We go this way. Into the darkness once more. But we can use the lamp and... Yep. It's a giant maze. Which... you'd think something like this would be terrifying. There's just one problem. There's no enemies here. This area is completely safe. It's just a maze. So yeah, very disappointing. This could have made for a good horror set piece, but we just have an empty maze, of which I am going the completely wrong way. I don't actually remember the correct path through this maze, so you'll have to pardon me as I wander around for a while. I gotta go a completely different direction, clearly. But where do I go? I don't know. We're just going to wander for a long time. Definitely want to try and keep running. That's for sure. Yeah. This is it. This was the first 3D survival horror game. It ushered a new generation of horror. And was one of the games to eventually help bring it to the mainstream. I can understand that this is a very important game. Resident Evil would not have been the kind of game it was without this game to inspire the gameplay style. And I imagine it was very scary for its time, but be honest, are you guys even scared at all? It doesn't hold up. It doesn't even hold up well compared to the original Resident Evil. That game at least feels a bit more playable with better pacing, better control, better scare factor. Even though the original Resident Evil is still not very scary, but it's also got more story to go with it, and the documents are better spaced out so that you're just not thrusted with a million of them to read at once. Oh, I'm at the end. This is where we use the gem, and there we go. And with that, we're at the final part of the game. We have a boss to face. Yep, a boss fight. As soon as we drop in this water, Pickford has turned into a tree. Okay. And shoots fireballs at us. So very quickly, we're going to get here, pick up this hook, and we're going to use that talisman we got. This will keep him from being able to attack. However, our lamp just went down, so let's see, where is the lighter? There we go. And now we have to burn him down by throwing the lantern at him. And that's the boss. He's dead. And now we gotta escape. The deep one is gone, but now there's rocks falling. Despite that, we're not in a timed escape sequence. We just have to get back to the front door. And the rocks will only hurt us here. The hook is specifically just to open this. There we go. And now we just gotta leave. There's no more monsters. Oh, this is a bad camera shot. It wasn't showing me how to get out. So yeah, we're completely safe now, actually. There's nothing left to hurt us. We're just gonna drop into the water now. Well, I didn't know I didn't know there was such a thing as dying from falling too far. I've never seen that before. Well, I guess I just gotta fight the boss again. Quote unquote fight. Okay, place the talisman down. light the lamp. And throw it. Yeah, I never knew you could actually die from just falling too far before. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. Alright, let's go. And I had like 47 or 49 hit points, so wow. I guess I have to be more careful than I thought. I guess you still can die. That really surprises me. There we go. Yeah, I guess I'll save here just in case I screw up again. We need to get to slightly lower ground first. There. Now we'll be alright if we fall. Except not, because I just did that. Oh, well, I need to be on some elevation anyway. Oh. It's breaking off. Alright then. Let's just head out. Back the way we came. Mostly. That bridge we crossed to enter the underground section in the first place did completely collapse, but with Elijah Pickford now dead, there is no longer anywhere for the deep one to exist, so I could probably just go in the water, honestly, but oh no. I made the jump! Nice. But if we fall, there isn't a pathway we can take in the water. But I proved that I don't have to worry about that. Ah, we fell in the water. It doesn't matter anymore. There's nothing to kill us. To think they make you walk all the way back like this. Like, there's nothing even happening here. They could have just had the game end. Alright, see? The deep one is gone. And now we can escape through the basement. And this is why we got rid of that block earlier. To get rid of the barrel so we could go through. Although, this version of the game, I think, actually makes it so the barrels will roll away anyway, just so you can't lock yourself out. So, going to the basement really isn't too necessary at all, that means. But it doesn't matter, we did it anyway, and we can leave. Even the rats will be gone, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, that's it. This is the whole game. Less than 2 hours. It's really short. Even for a horror game, it's short. And as you can see, well, the horror is incredibly dated. At this point, this game is more historically important than it being a fantastic game. It's still better than Alone in the Dark 2, which I don't plan on playing. Alone in the Dark 2 is just bad. It's not even a horror game. It relies so much on combat with this system, which is not really built for good combat, making the game a near nightmare to play. And it's super cryptic. And Alone in the Dark 3, it blends the action horror a bit better, but it's still pretty cryptic and annoying. So I don't think I'll be playing this. I just wanted to play through this since I picked up Alone in the Dark New Nightmare and just kind of wanted to revisit the original. But there we go. This is the kind of game where you have to imagine what it would have been like playing back in 1992. There were no 3D horror games, and horror games in general were incredibly rare at this time. So at the time, I could see how it would have been scary. All these random sounds occurring out of nowhere, like the house settling and that kind of stuff. The introduction of the monsters in the early portions of the game. All these things that can come to life. You know, for the time, I could see why it would have been scary, but... oh, it's a little too dated to scare anymore. Resident Evil, the original at least, still has some power with its horror. Some of it can still work. In this game, not anymore. But I hope you have enjoyed this little curiosity in the realms of horror gaming. I hope you have enjoyed watching, and until next video, this has been TalesFan109, and have a nice day.